the time's come. We're going to plug it in. So I fixed the cold solder joints, I've put the circuit boards back in, and now we see if it still turns on or catches fire. We'll see. When it turns on, I was hoping that would light up. We put a cassette in. Motherfucker! Well, that still needed doing, so I'm glad I did it, but unfortunately, it's still behaving in exactly the same way, with no discernible difference, which is annoying. So, you know, with this sort of thing, you can't help but hope that fixing something like that is just going to be the end of it, but it looks like we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Something I've noticed is that I've looked up videos of units like this online, and these buttons are meant to light up. And I'm not sure if it's just that all of the bulbs or LEDs are gone, or if there's something to do with the fact that, like, the rest of the unit isn't getting power. Like, maybe only the motors are getting power. Because that's the only thing that we know works, right? Is that the motors are on and the capstans spin, and they are still spinning. So could it be some issue with the fuse, maybe? These things do... This thing does have fuses up here. And you can see we've got primary fuse, low voltage supply. Maybe I need to look at these guys. But I don't know why some of the unit would be getting power and the rest of it not. That's the part I don't understand. Well, this could support that theory. Look, if I take out the primary fuse, oh, you can see that that's still intact, but this low voltage fuse is very clearly blown. Now that might suggest either this is old or there's a short in there somewhere. I wonder what happens. I mean, this might brick the whole machine, but if my girlfriend just suggested swapping them around, which could be a good idea. So let's give that a go. Maybe that's what these are. There's two different supply rails. One for the primary supply, and then one for a lower voltage supply. Maybe the lower voltage supply supplies the audio circuits, and the higher voltage supply supplies the motors. And that's why the motors are spinning. But so then, if that's the case, then theoretically, if by swapping them around, the motors shouldn't spin when I turn it on, right?
Sure. Or it might just not turn on.
Or it might just not turn on. Yes, I am doing this with a fork, because that's what I had to hand. Don't judge me. I've swapped them around and see what that does. It doesn't turn on! Okay.
Need the fuse.
I need a new fuse. When I tried turning that on, did that blow this fuse? Because that would suggest that there's a short there. Get the fork out. Okay, so, well, I mean, the good news is that that doesn't seem to have blown the fuse. It's still intact. Okay, well, at least that's a new lead. I'm going to have a look at the schematics. I'm also going to check if there are any fuses inside that may have blown as well. The plot continues to thicken. This thing is throwing new challenges my way.